Brock Mcgillis of Sudbury has spent most of his life hiding his deep, dark secret. The former OHL goalie is now publicly coming out as a gay man.
I'm happy. I love that I'm a gay man, and I'm quite okay with it. And I'm comfortable in my skin, and I'm ready. I'm ready to help create change.
Change, he says, is still needed in the hockey world, a place where he claims homophobia still exists inside dressing rooms and on the ice.
It's always been in a hyper-masculine world, the way to put somebody down is to feminize them, make them feel less than.
For years, Mcgillis lived in denial while playing for the Sioux Greyhounds and Windsor Spitfires. He feared that revealing his sexual orientation would sabotage his chance of making the NHL.
If anyone found out, I feared being blackballed and being pushed out of the game.
At one point, he even contemplated suicide.
I couldn't handle this duality I had to me, this double life I felt like I had, and I couldn't take it. I just didn't want to live.
Get set, go!
Now 33 years old, Mcgillis says his decision to come out to the hockey world was motivated by the Orlando massacre at Pulse nightclub in June, and by his friend, the late Brendan Burke, who died in a car crash in 2010. Brendan, the son of Calgary Flames president Brian Burke, made headlines in 2009 after publicly announcing he was gay. He later became an advocate speaking out against homophobia in professional sports.
Brendan and I made a bit of a pact back then when I was still playing that if he made it as a general manager, if I made it as a player, we would, carry that mantle together and work towards, changing perceptions of homosexuality.
The fact is, as former athletes come out, I think it does would encourage someone to feel comfortable who's an active athlete who's gay to say, I'm gay, and not worry about the consequences so much. And certainly it's a broad message to, like we say, you can play. If you can play, you can play. So it's positive for the LGBTQ community. It's a positive step. If our son inspired you to be more comfortable with this decision to come out publicly, we would take that as a great compliment to Brendan's work.
With a newfound perspective on life, Brock Mcgillis is on a new mission. He spends most of his time helping athletes try to reach their highest potential, while also creating change through the game by eliminating any toxic talk.
Whenever I'm mentoring or working with hockey players, I really try and emphasize the use of language. So when they say things that are derogatory or towards women, races, sexuality, I put a stop to it.
Two OHL players, Dan Walker and Bradley CHENIER of the North Bay Battalion, currently work with Mcgillis. Both say they support him and will strive to curb any negative language.
I was happy for him. It takes a lot of courage, to be the person he is, not have to hide that side of him.
I didn't know that I'd been that difficult for him, so it was an eye-opener for me, and it definitely changed my views.
Mcgillis has received an outpouring of support since coming out.
I want to be a resource. I want to be able to go to hockey associations and talk to parents and coaches and managers and players and have them understand how impactful their words can be.
Brock Mcgillis' story used to be about an athlete afraid to speak up. Now it's about spreading the strong message. You can be yourself and still play the game that you love. Grech, CTV News, Sudbury.